We're talking about emotional abuse. While the topic is a sad one, it is also very prevalent. And it's important that we know what it is, what the characteristics of emotional abuse are, how it affects us, and what we can do about it. I had talked about the long-term and short-term effects of emotional abuse. But what about emotional abuse and how it affects your relationships? If you have been abused emotionally for a long time, do you know you begin to doubt your ability to be independent? And you begin to look for someone to always be around you. It's called codependency. You lack the maturity or the confidence to approach life on your own. So because you have been so abused, you do not feel that you have the self-worth or the ability to do things on your own. So you always look for someone to be around. You want to live with somebody. You want somebody to be with you when you are going out. And you don't even want to make plans on your own. You ask other people, well, what do you think? Because you have no confidence in yourself. So emotional abuse leads to dependency. You cannot function on your own because you do not feel that you have the ability to do so. Fear of abandonment is an effect of emotional abuse. So if you go into a relationship, let's say you've just come out of an emotionally abusive relationship, do you know that you are afraid of being abandoned? The effects of the abuse that you are coming from makes you afraid that this new person is going to abandon you. So you begin to exhibit strange characters and behaviors because you are afraid of being abandoned. And the person will be confused and say, oh, why are you behaving like that? The person that you're with does not understand that the effect of your emotional abuse is why you're afraid. So the person tells you, I want to travel. And you're like, when are you going? When are you coming back? And then you travel and the person, calls you and says, I'm afraid. Are you sure you're coming back? That person is behaving like that because they have been in an emotionally abusive relationship in the past. If you have been in an emotionally abusive relationship for a long time, you begin to have trust issues. You doubt everything that people say. If someone tells you, this is how it will be, because of your past experiences, you don't believe them. If they say, oh, I'm going to work, because you have been in a relationship with someone that was always lying to you, you don't believe them. So you have trust issues. And when you have trust issues, do you know that you can cause problem for your current relationship? If you don't believe anything your partner says, if you don't believe anything your friend says, you're always telling them that, I don't believe you, you're lying. You don't even realize that why you're saying those things is because you had been in an emotionally abusive relationship. So you don't trust anybody. So you begin to have trust issues with all those around you. And you don't believe what people say. It's because you have been in an emotionally abusive relationship in the past. Difficulty being yourself is an effect of coming out of an emotional abusive relationship. So if you had been with someone that was controlling you, telling you what you should do, telling you the friends you should have, telling you where you should go, by the time you're out of that relationship, you're finding it difficult to be yourself. You don't even know what yourself is anymore. Because you had been with someone that had told you that this is the way you should walk, this is the way you should talk, this is the way you should dress, and this is who you should speak to and who you shouldn't speak to. So you do not even have the ability to say, this is who I am this or I am that, because you are so insecure. Those are the effects of being in an emotionally abusive relationship. Now we're going to talk about how you can handle an emotionally abusive situation, or even if you're out of it and your mental health is suffering, what you can do. The first thing you need to understand about emotional abuse is that it is not your fault. One of the things that the emotional abuser will always tell you is that I'm doing this because you did something wrong. Oh, you didn't do what you were supposed to do on time. Oh, you didn't do it well. If you had only done it better, I wouldn't be so angry. They try to manipulate you into thinking that everything that they're doing to you is your fault. It is not your fault. And let me explain to you why. Even if you made a mistake, even if you did something wrong, there is a healthy way for your partner, your friend, or whoever it is to explain to you that what you did was wrong. No form of emotional abuse should be allowed in interaction. You must be able to handle differences in an amicable, respectful way. So please understand that whoever is telling you that I'm emotionally abusive to you because of what you did and trying to make you feel that everything is your fault is a lie. It's not your fault. The emotional abuser has a problem. Someone that is emotionally abusive needs help. If somebody consistently abuses another person emotionally, that person needs help. It's not your fault. The second thing you should understand in dealing with emotional abuse is that you can't fix that person. You know, I've heard a lot of people say, I'm praying for the person, or I'm trying to fix them. I've seen clients walk into my office and tell me or ask me, give me tips so that I can help the person. And I tell them, you can't help the person. I'm not trying to be negative, but the truth is that only at the time that that person accepts that they have a problem can they get help. They cannot get help if they refuse to accept the fact that they have a problem. So don't try to fix them. Do not make it your life's goal or mission to try to fix an emotional abuser. What you should focus on is how to protect yourself. In dealing with emotional abuse, put your needs first. And let me explain what that means. Sometimes you have been so coward that you feel that you have to do so many things to make this person happy. You have to be on your best behavior. You have to speak quietly or speak in a certain way. When you go to functions, you don't want to, say hello to anybody because you don't want to upset them. At a point in time, you need to put your needs first. If you need to spend time with your friends, spend time with your friends. If you need a break, take a break. If you need to rest, rest. Always put your needs first because you are learning that you matter. The person has tried to degrade you to thinking you don't matter, but you need to understand that you matter. I hope that we've learned one or two things today about emotional abuse. Understand that you are worthy. Understand that you're worthy of respect and regard. Understand that if somebody is emotionally abusive to you, it's not your fault. And understand that you can set boundaries and you can speak up for yourself. And if you are able to exit that relationship, please do, for your sanity and for your health. Thank you so much for being part of today's Minds and Health program. We'll be coming again next week with another very interesting topic, and I hope to see you there. But till then, always remember, a healthy life is a long and happy life. See you again.